إن الحمد لله نحمده حمدا كثيرا طيبا كما يستحق كل محمد. هو الذي أرسل رسوله بالهدى ودين الحق وبلغ رسالة وأدى الأمانة ونصح الأمة وجاهد في الله حق جهاده وترك الأمة على البيضاء ليلها كنهارها ولا يزيغ عنها إلا هالك. صلى الله على نبينا وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم إلى يوم الدين. أما بعد. طيب يا إخوة. جزاكم الله خير. Let's start inshallah. طيب. Last week we spoke about the pillar of Islam and we're going to continue to do that. Inshallah. So we covered 3 or 4 of them. We'll start the other 3 inshallah. Before we move on, basically we spoke about Imanu Billah. And Imanu Billah we mentioned there are 4 pillars. Okay. What's the first pillar of belief in Allah Azza wa Jal?
To believe in the worship of Allah.
Okay, to believe Tawhid al-Uluhiyyah. To believe Allah's Uluhiyyah, that He deserves all the worship. That's number 1. What's the second pillar of believing Allah? To believe Allah's Lordship, He's the Lord of the heaven and the earth. What's the third pillar of believing Allah?
Tawhid al-Asma' wa Sifat.
Tawhid al-Asma' wa Sifat. To believe Allah's names and attributes. And the 4th pillar is? That's the 4th pillar, is the first one. But that's how they mention the order, but it doesn't matter. To believe Allah exists. To believe Allah exists. That's the first pillar of Iman, and which is in 4 pillars. Believing Allah Azza wa Jal. Then the next pillar is the belief in the Malaika. What's the belief? What did we say about Malaika? The belief. We divided 2 in Aam and Khas. General and specific. So what's the general one we said?
A belief in their existence in general.
We believe the Malaika. Yeah, we believe all the Malaika. Because when we say Aam, general, means they're more than what we know. So what is the hadith? No.
Is it about the Malaika from Baitul Ma'mur?
Yeah.
Every day there's 70,000 angels coming out. And
going doing tawaf, and we don't know the names. We believe them. We believe. And if someone says, no, if you generally say, I don't believe the Malaika that's going around the tawaf, it's kufr. Because we don't have to buy name, but generally you believe there's a Malaika going around. Okay, that's the general one. Specific one, what do we believe?
Like the ones that is named in the Quran.
Name. So first, we mentioned the first one is?
Like Jibreel.
So we believe the names. Okay, we believe the name because these names comes in the Quran. Secondly,
the roles and description.
we have to believe their roles that they're given. Give me one example.
Like Jibreel's role is just to bring down
Revelation. Give me one example. Another example.
What was the angel's name?
Israfil.
Trumpet.
Israel is the one who blows the trumpet, and the other one?
For example, Mikael, the one that does the rain.
Rain, Mikael. Israfil is the one who blows the trumpet. Mikael is the one who is responsible for the rain and all that. Any other examples? Malakul Maut. That's good. That's responsible for taking the soul. What do they do? Questioning. So, alhamdulillah, we believe their the responsibility that Allah has given them. And the third pillar is that we believe their descriptions, attributes. So we know the Prophet described in the hadith about Jibreel. What's the description of Jibreel?
Is the hadith referring to the height of his wing?
How many wings was it mentioned?
600?
I think it was like 600 plus.
Yeah, 600 wings, yeah. So these are the description of Jibreel alayhi salam. So, alhamdulillah, 600 wings. So Jibreel is described, we believe that. Tayyib. The Malaika, then the books. Books, general and specific. General is?
It's like everything that was revealed by Allah subhanahu wa
Yeah,
ta'ala.
so all the prophets, they came with books. We don't know, we believe them. And the specific one?
Other ones mentioned in the Quran.
Which one? Okay, so what book was given to Musa?
Torah.
Isa?
Injil.
What's in the Quran? And Dawood alayhi salam.
Smaller.
Zabur.
Zabur.
We believe these books are gifts sent down to the specific prophets. Okay, what else do we believe about the books?
That is all from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala.
They're all from Allah Azza wa Jal. What else we believe?
They came with the Sharia for each prophet.
We believe they're from. No, do you remember?
They're abrogated by the Quran.
We believe that as well, abrogated. So if you do a Quran now, what else do we have to do about Quran? We know it's revealed to Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, it's abrogated all other books. What else about the Quran? Part of the pillar is that we have to follow the Quran, isn't it? We have to implement the Quran. طيب. So here, the next pillar is to believe the messengers. طيب. Now Sheikh mentions that we have the first pillar is believing Allah, the angel, the books, and the Prophet. So this is the order and sequences mentioned. Why? There's a reason. Sheikh Saleh mentions that Allah is the asal of everything, meaning that He is the most important one we have to believe. And everything is created by Allah Azza wa Jal. He is the most important part of pillar of Iman. Then the Malaika, because the Malaika, the second pillar of Iman is that they are the one who bring the revelation down, okay, from Allah Azza wa Jal. They directly speak to Allah, Jibreel alayhi salam, okay, connection. Thirdly, you mentioned the books. Books is the revelation, it's third pillar because Jibreel brings down the books. And the fourth is the messenger. The books are revealed to the messengers. So that's the order. It's not hadith, but this is what they think. The ulama mentioned this is their istinbat. So I believe in the messengers. We have explained the difference between Rasul and a Nabi. And we say Rasul is higher than Nabi. We gave three opinions. And the most authentic opinion is that Rasul is the one who comes with new Sharia, new law, new books, and his command to convey the message. And Nabi, he doesn't come with a new book. He teach the same book, and he's commanded to teach. Yeah. طيب. When it comes to Rusul, which is plural of Rasul, is that we have general belief and the specific belief. Now, Allah Azza wa Jal has sent a lot of messengers and a lot of Nabi. Okay? And Allah says in the Quran, وَرُسُلًا قَدْ قَصَصْنَاهُمْ عَلَيْكَ مِنْ قَبْلِ وَرُسُلًا لَمْ نَقْصُصْهُمْ عَلَيْكَ. Allah said to Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam that we have mentioned to you some of the name of the messengers before we sent, and there's some Rasul we never mentioned their name to you. Meaning their prophet was sent, we don't know the names, but they were sent. Okay? So their general belief that we believe all the messengers, all the prophet. You going?
Yeah, I'm going to come back, inshallah.
Okay. That was sent. Generally, we believe all the messengers, all the prophets that were sent based on this ayah. وَرُسُلًا لَمْ نَقْصُصْ عَلَيْكَ. And messengers we never mentioned to you. Meaning they are prophet, but our prophet doesn't know. طيب. So we have a general belief of the messengers or Anbiya. And the specific belief is that we have to believe specific prophet that we are told by Allah Azza wa Jal. We have to believe the names. We have to believe the names. All the names that we have in list, this in the Quran. They're in the Quran. And we have to believe them. And if you say, I don't believe the names, then denying the ayah of the Quran. طيب? That's first one. Number two, we have to believe they're sent by Allah. They are sent by Allah. There is a hadith in Sahih al-Bukhari. Al-Anbiya ikhwatul allat wa dinuhum wahid وأمهم شتى. That Anbiya إخوة العلات, meaning that the prophets are brothers from one father. لعلات من one father. Example prophet giving. Okay, the prophets are from one father, descendant of one father, and وَدِينُهُمْ واحد. The deen is one. وَأُمُّهُمْ شَتَّى. But they have different mothers. So maybe one person married, I'm just giving an example, let's say four. He's got 4 wives, and he's got a lot of kids. طيب. So when Prophet said, Al-Anbiya Ikhwatul allat, meaning they're brothers from one father, means one deen. This one father refers to Tawheed, one La ilaha illallah. That's what the da'wah. Okay? And وَدِينُهُمْ وَاحِدٌ, their deen is one, Islam. All the Prophet came with al-Islam. وَأُمُّهُمْ شَتَّى. Okay? Meaning that the mothers are many, which mean the ahkam shar'iyya, okay, all the Prophet that they came with are different. Okay? These different mothers refers to different ahkam shar'iyya. So maybe that all other Prophet, Allah mentioned in the Quran, they had salah. Musa, Isa, Ibrahim, Ismail, Maryam, Allah mentioned that they prayed. But Shaykh al-Islam mentioned this. It doesn't mean their prayer is same as our prayer. It doesn't mean they have to pray 5 times a day, Dhuhr, Asr, Maghrib, Isha, Fajr. Maybe they never had a salah like that. But they had something called salah. Okay? So the ahkam, maybe they never had siyam or zakat, whatever. So the ahkam differed from all the Prophet. But they had one father, meaning they have one tawheed of Allah Azza wa Jal. One la ilaha illallah. Tayyib. So we have to believe the names. We have to believe they're from Allah Azza wa Jal. Allah sent them with one mission to establish tawheed in the society, in the people. We have to believe they're from Allah Azza wa Jal. We have to believe everything that they conveyed. So Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, he conveyed to us many things. Okay? We have to believe with command and prohibition. We have to believe that he narrated to us life of Musa, life of Yusuf, life of Saleh, and all Bani Israel. This is mentioned to us by Allah through tongue of Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. He told us we have to believe. He spoke to us, Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, and he spoke the haqq. Okay? So everything the Prophet told us, or all as the Prophet conveyed to the people, was haqq. And fourthly, we have to follow their way. We have to follow their way. طيب إخوة. So believing the Prophet, these are the 4 pillars that ulama have mentioned. Now, out of all these messengers, we have the first messenger, Nuh alayhi salam. We mentioned the hadith that talks about Allah has sent 115 prophets, among them are 315 messengers. The ulama says their hadiths are there, but they're all weak hadiths. They're all weak hadiths. طيب. So the messengers, we don't know how many they are, but hadith is weak. Whatever number they are, the greatest of the messengers in order that Allah has mentioned in the Quran is Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, Ibrahim, Musa, Nuh, and Isa. These are ulul azm min ar-rusul, the great messengers. Okay? Out of these great messengers, the best 2 are Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam and Ibrahim Alayhi Salam, the 2 Khalil, the 2 friends of Allah Azza wa Jal. English, that's we translate. And from these 2, the best is Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. Tayyib. So the first messenger was sent on the earth, Nuh alayhi salam, and the last messenger was sent, Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. Tayyib. So Adam alayhi salam, al hadith says, wa nabiyyun mukallim, a prophet who can speak. So Adam alayhi salam is a nabi, but the first messenger was Nuh, because he came with a new sharia, a new book. Okay, new law came. Allah sent to Nuh alayhi salam, and he conveyed the people. So Nuh alayhi salam is the first messenger. How do we know? Is hadith of Anas bin Malik radiallahu anhu, I think so. And we know the hadith, the long hadith, Yawm al-Qiyamah, that people will go to Adam alayhi salam. They will say, Adam is the father of the mankind, the first man. They will mention like this, please ask Allah to start the day of judgment. He will reject Adam alayhi salam. They will go to Nuh alayhi salam, and they will say, Ya Nuh, you're the first messenger was sent on earth. Please ask Allah. So that's evidence. First messenger. Tayyib. Allah says in the Quran, Inna awhayna ilayka kama awhayna ila Nuh. That indeed we have revealed to you as we have revealed to Nuh. So Prophet Nuh alayhi salam received revelation, new law from Allah Azza wa Jal. So he's a Rasul. Tayyib. And we have mentioned the difference between Rasul and Nabi, and Allah mentioned in the Quran, وَمَا أَرْسَلْنَا مِن قَبْلِكَ مِن رَسُولٍ وَلَا نَبِيٍّ. We haven't sent messenger before you, nor a prophet. Okay? So they say, here Rasul wa Nabi. Allah separates those 2 names. Wow said the wow mughayara. Meaning wow, he separates the 2 things. They say there's a difference between Rasul and a Nabi. Okay, they're two different things. The Rasul is more higher than a Nabi. Now the question Shaykh Ibn Uthaymeen brings now, Isa alayhi salam, he's going to come down, no doubt. It's part of Aqeedah. Isa alayhi salam will come down. We know the best of the mankind after Rasulullah is Abu Bakr Siddiq radiallahu anhu. Tayyib. So how do we understand that now? Isa will come down, definitely better than Abu Bakr. He's the ulul azm min ar-rusul, great messengers. How do we understand? Shaykh Ibn Uthaymeen said, these are the possibilities we can say. أن عيسى عليه السلام رسول مستقل من أولي العزم. The Isa عليه السلام is the individual messenger from the great messengers. ولا يخطر بالبال مقارنة بينه وبين الواحد من هذه الأمة. There is no possibility that you can compare between Isa and Abu Bakr. Okay, there's no way you can compare. This is Rasul. Okay, فكيف بالمفاضلة? How can you compare the virtues? It doesn't make sense. وعلى هذا يسقط هذا الإيراد من أصله لأنه من تنطع. So you can't, from the basis you can't compare them because these are تنطع, يعني extreme. You go passing the boundary. For someone to compare Abu Bakr and Isa alayhi salam, you pass the boundary. So you can't compare, he said. So the next one he said, أن نقول هو خير الأمة إلا عيسى. So second one we can say that Abu Bakr is better after Rasulullah except Isa alayhi salam. So Isa from the Ummah, but other than Isa, Abu Bakr is the best of the mankind. And the third one is the most harmony, more acceptable, is that أن نقول أن عيسى ليس من أمتي. That Isa is not from the Ummah of the Prophet. He's not. ولا يصح أن نقول إنه من أمتي. It is not right to say he's from the Ummah وهو سابق عليه. He came before Abu Bakr. لكنه من أتباعه إذا نزل. But when Isa comes, he's going to come as a follower, meaning that he's going to implement the Quran. Okay? لأن الشريعة النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم باقية إلى يوم القيامة. And the law of Sharia of Muhammad will remain until Yawm al-Qiyamah. So Isa is not from the Ummah of the Prophet because he was already sent as a Nabi, as a Rasul. So he cannot be from the Ummah of the Prophet. Tayyib? So that's the answer. Tayyib? So out of all that. So alhamdulillah, we've covered that. Rasul. Wa alaikum salam. So these are the pillars of believing messengers. Alayhim salam. Tayyib. The next pillar is, two more pillars left. Al-Ba'thi ba'd al-Mawt, to believe the day of resurrection. The word name Ba'th is resurrections, and that Yawmul Ba'th, day of resurrections. That's one of the names given. There are many names are given to this day. Yawmul Huzn, day of sorrow. Yawmul Hisab, day of reckoning. Yawmul Hashr, day of gathering, Yawmul Qiyamah, day of standing, many names are given for that day. So here Shaykh al-Islam mentioned Al-Ba'th. When the scholars, they talk about Qalb al-Salim, they talk about some of the tafasir mentioned that the sound heart, which Allah mentioned in the Quran, is talking about to believe the day of resurrections. And what is one of the very important belief of the Muslims. We are the Muslim, we don't doubt that. Definitely, Allah will resurrect all of us. But at the time of Prophet ﷺ, there are people who rejected this day, Yawmul Ba'th, day of resurrection. One of them is Khabith, his name is Ibn Khalaf, Ubay bin Khalaf. Ubay bin Khalaf, he's mentioned in the hadith. No, even Abu Jahl mentioned it. Prophet said that the Khamsa Salawat, man yuhafid alayha, lahu burhan wa nur wa najat, wa lam yuhafid alayha, laysa lahu burhan wa la najat, wa la nurhan, yuhshar yawm al-qiyamah, ma'a Fir'aun wa Haman wa Qarun wa Ubay bin Khalaf. That Prophet said that whoever preserves the 5 daily prayers, then they will have evidence, they will have nur, light, and they will have success, dunya and akhirah. And those who do not preserve their 5 daily prayers, they will not have nur, no success, no evidence. And they will be raised Yawmul Qiyamah with Fir'aun, with Haman, the right man of Fir'aun, Haman, Qarun, the one who blessed by Allah so much wealth, and Ubay bin Khalaf. He specifically comes in the hadith, Ubay bin Khalaf. The scholars have mentioned, why are these 4 mentioned there? Because they're head of the old Ru'usul Taghut, the head of Mushrik. طيب. So Ubay bin Khalaf, he mentioned in Baghawi that he will come to Prophet ﷺ and he will throw bone to Muhammad ﷺ and he will say, do you think Allah will raise a man or a person after he become bones? He's doubting it, yadu billah. طيب. So, time Prophet ﷺ, the people rejected that day, Yawmul Ba'ath. Now there are many ayah in the Quran. Allah talks about Ba'ath, day of resurrection, and one of them, I'll mention some of them inshallah. Allah said, زعم الذين كفروا ألا يبعثوا قل بلى وربي لتبعثن ثم لتنبؤن بما عملتم وذلك على الله يسير. Allah said, Surah Taghabun, ayah 7, Allah said, those who have disbelieved, they claim that they will not be raised. لن يبعثوا. Okay? Allah yub'athu, the word lan is there, meaning that they will never be raised, Yawmul Qiyamah, yadu billah. The total negation, okay? But Allah said to Muhammad, قُلْ بَلَا, say surely Muhammad, tell them, وَرَبِّي لَتُبْعَثُنَّ. Look at how Allah is speaking now. Say, my Lord will definitely raise you. The noon tawqeed, definitely Allah will raise you, and He will definitely inform you for the action that you have done. A'mal. Okay, Allah will inform you everything that you have done. So this ayah, la tub'athunna, lam tawqeed and nun tawqeed, the two emphasize. Allah is emphasizing the sentence to say definitely I'll raise you Yawmul Qiyamah. Tayyib? And same thing was said to the Ubay bin Khalaf. Ubay bin Khalaf, he was said same thing by Allah Azza wa Jal. Everyone will be raised. There's no doubt on that day. Allah's talking with definite. La tub'athunna. طيب. Also Allah says in the Quran, ثُمَّ إِنَّكُمْ بَعْدَ ذَلِكَ لَمَيِّتُونَ ثُمَّ إِنَّكُمْ يَوْمَ الْقِيَامَةِ تُبْعَثُونَ. Look, Allah talks about the life, then He says, after all this, indeed, after that life, you will die. You will die. You'll taste the death. كُلُّ نَفْسٍ ذَائِقَةُ الْمَوْتِ. Every soul must taste death. You will taste the death. Allah didn't just leave it there. ثُمَّ إِنَّكُمْ يَوْمَ الْقِيَامَةِ تُبْعَثُونَ. Then after that, definitely, on Day of Judgment, you will be raised. تُبْعَثُونَ. Ba'ath. You'll be raised. You'll be raised from your grave. The hadiths are there. Hadiths are there. That Prophet said that first person grave would be cracked open is my grave. He gave the Prophet ﷺ, and he will raise from the grave. Okay, he'll be raised from the grave. And the rest of the people grave will be cracked and they will open up and they will get up. And Allah Prophet said in the hadith, يُحْشَرُ النَّاسِ يَوْمَ الْقِيَامَةِ خُفَةً غُرَةً غُرْلًا. That on the Day of Judgment, everybody will be raised barefooted, naked and uncircumcised. When Aisha heard the hadith, Prophet, she said, Ya Rasulullah, one day we're looking at one another. Common sense is going to happen, isn't it? So Prophet said, O Aisha, on that day there will be matters, umur, states will be greater than that. They're looking at one another. They'll forget about the fact they're naked. Even in the house, if you have a fire, you'll never walk out naked. You'll rather die and not walk naked. But can you imagine, Yawmul Qiyamah, that thing will become so minute, not even important. You're naked. There's something will make you forget about it. And that's the Jahannam. The fact your situation you are in, you don't know where you're going to go. That fear will make you forget about the fact you're naked. طيب. So, many ayat and hadith that talks about Ba'ath, that Allah Azza wa Jal will raise. منها خلقناكم وفيها نعيدكم ومنها نخرجكم تارة أخرى. From it we created you, we'll take you back to that grave, and from it Allah will ikhraj, meaning ba'ath, Allah will raise you from your grave. Hadith says that Allah Azza wa Jal will send rain, heavy, very heavy, thick, white, and that will go inside the earth. And from that Allah will create us again. From nothing. He created from nothing anyway. So He will create us again from nothing. And that's when we will be raised. I think it's a long time it will be raining heavily. And that will go inside the earth. طيب? So we'll be raised from the grave. How we born? Uncircumcised, barefooted, naked. That's how it's going to be. Male, female, everyone. And prophet, everyone. This we're human being. And that's how we're going to be raised. طيب. So we have established evidence from the Quran and the Sunnah that human being will be raised. Ba'ath. They will be raised. And to deny the ba'ath, to deny the day of resurrection, it is a major kufr. Because زَعَمَ الَّذِينَ كَفَرُوا, the word kafara is there. They disbelieve, the disbelievers, they claim they will not be raised. طيب. When it comes to hisab, my brothers, hisab are two types, Yawm al-Qiyamah. And there are no more than two. Allah will reckon people in two ways. One is called al-hisab al-arad. Hisab al-arad. Prophet said in the hadith, Man nuqisha al-hisab udhiba. That those who are reprimanded regarding their reckoning will be punished. Then Aisha said, Ya Rasulullah, قال الله عز وجل فسوف يحاسب حسابا يسيرا. That they will be having simple, easy reckoning. One prophet said they will be reprimanded. Aisha said, but I said it's easy reckoning. فسوف يحاسب حسابا يسيرا. The Prophet said that إنما ذلك العرض. Indeed, it is arad. Prophet named this hisab. What is arad? Imam al-Qurtubi says, the arad is a believer. This is only for the believers, the Ahlul Tawheed. The believer will be brought forward by Allah Azza wa Jal. And Allah Azza wa Jal will remind him the blessing and the action he done. And important thing is that, and the sin that he covered. Major sin that he committed, he covered it. He never exposed his sin. So therefore, Allah Azza wa Jal will not expose him. And Allah will forgive him. And he will receive his book from the right hand and he will go to Jannah. But this person will speak to Allah. Nobody going to hear this. Nobody going to hear this. It's between him and Allah. You know? Allah will never expose the sin that slave doesn't expose. If you expose your sin, then it's your fault. You know, Hadith says that Allah forgives this. When a slave commits a sin, He forgives them and He covers their sin. Except those who expose their sin. Mujahirun. So Mujahir, the Sahaba said, what is Mujahir, Ya Rasulullah? He said that they commit sin, Allah hide their sins, and then they tell the people who have committed their sins. They show off with their sins. Okay? So we don't expose our sin. There's no benefit of exposing the sins. There's no benefit. So that's Arab. Hisabul Arab. Okay? The Hisab, the next one is Hisabul Munaqasha. Hisab Munaqasha is for the kuffar and the sinners from Muslims, the sinners who sinned, okay, that they will be reprimanded. When they are reprimanded for the Hisab reckoning, they will be punished in the hellfire, okay? They will be punished and they will be tortured. So the ulama have mentioned, actually from the Quran and Sunnah, we realize the ba'ath are two types. These are two types of hisab. Hisab al-arad, hisab al-munaqasha. طيب. Now, when we come to al-ba'ath, we have general belief and the specific. The general belief is that what we just discussed, is that the resurrection will take place and the people will be judged. Okay? People in Yawm al-Qiyamah will be in different situations. Okay? Hadith describes they will be drowning in their own sweats and things like that. The sun will come to the lowest 1 mile above their head. So these are situations of the Day of Judgment. And Allah describes in the Quran, فَمَنْ يَعْمَلْ مِثْقَالَ ذَرَّةٍ خَيْرًا يَرَى وَمَنْ يَعْمَلْ مِثْقَالَ ذَرَّةٍ شَرًّا يَرَى. That whoever does the atom of good shall see it, and whoever does the atom of bad shall see it. So this thing will take place Yawm al-Qiyamah. And the specific belief is that we believe regarding Yawm al-Qiyamah, we have to believe the Mizan, we have to believe the Hisab, we have to believe the Sirat, the bridge that we have to cross, we have to believe in Jannah and Nar, all this is going to take place. Tayyib. So the topic is vast and more will come inshallah. So that's the fifth pillar of Al-Islam. Al-Ba'th Ba'd al-Maut. Tayyib. Yeah, the sixth pillar of Iman. So the fifth pillar of Iman is that day of resurrection, and the last pillar of Iman is that al-Imanu bil-Qadri khayrihi wa sharri. Tayyib. Iman in the decree, good and bad. Tayyib. Al-Qadr, the whole chapter on Qadr anyway. So Qadr is to believe, general belief is that we believe everything that takes place on the heaven and the earth is happened by the will of Allah Azza wa Jal. Okay? Happened by the will of Allah Azza wa Jal, good or bad. Okay? So someone might say, how can we attribute bad to Allah Azza wa Jal? We say, Ashar laysa ilayk, or ilallah. The bad is not attributed to Allah Azza wa Jal. It's hadith. Tayyib. Only good we attribute to Allah Azza wa Jal. The shar we do not attribute to Allah Azza wa Jal, because Allah does not like evil, corruption, sins and things like that. We say shar we attribute to the creation. So evil, harm we attribute to the creation. If there is any harm, the harm might be harm for the person. Tayyib. So if we take any situation, for example, someone afflicted with cancer, tayyib, we say this cancer is good for the believers, is expiation of the sins. Okay, we attribute to the person, okay, because they may be going through the pain and things like that. So the evil might be he's facing it, but there's no evil in the qadr of Allah. There's no evil in the qadr of Allah Azza wa Jal. But the evil can be attributed to the person because he's going through the pain. At the same time, he's going through expiation as well. Tayyib. For the kuffar, obviously, is punishment, adab. Tayyib. So we don't attribute the shar, evil, to Allah. Allah's qadr is the maqdur, the person who's afflicted with that. And even though it's not evil in a sense, because it's the expiation of the sins. But evil might be in a sense that I'm feeling the pain, I'm bedbounded, I can't do anything. It's a shar in that sense. But if you look in longer term, it's better because your sin being removed by Allah Azza wa Jal. Tayyib. But we believe in qadr. And the shirk and fasad that takes place on the earth, Allah knew this is going to happen. And happening by the will of Allah, but people chose to do that. Allah says in the Quran, إِنَّ هَدَيْنَهُمُ السَّبِيلَ إِمَّا شَاكِرٌ وَإِمَّا كَفُورٌ. We have guided them, either they accept or reject. So if the people are going to disbelieve in Allah and commit shirk, Allah knows that it's going to happen, but He doesn't want that. People chose to do shirk and disbelieve in Allah Azza wa Jal. Like Iblis disobeyed Allah. Allah knew this is going to happen, and he chose to disobey Allah. So happened by the will of Allah, but you're the one who made the choice. You are the one who made the choice. Tayyib. So generally we believe qadr, everything that takes place is by the qadr of Allah. Nothing is, can escape from the qadr of Allah. So qadr are two types, kawniya and shar'iyya. The decree that relate to the universal decree, which is everything that is happening in the heaven and the earth is by the qadr of Allah. Okay, it's by the qadr of Allah. And the qadr shar'iyya, which is good, Allah loves, is the Quran, command and prohibitions, the belief of the believers, they believe in Allah Azza wa Jal, the iman that they have. It's qadr of Allah, but it's something Allah loves. Tayyib. So that's a general belief that we believe the qadr, that everything happened by the qadr of Allah, and there's the hikmah behind that. And the qadr khas specific, which is the four pillars of qadr. And that is, we have to believe, first pillar of qadr is iman bi ilmillah. To believe Allah is the knower of everything. Tayyib. Allah is the knower of everything, and He has knowledge of everything before it happens. Okay? And Allah had knowledge of everything 50,000 years before He created the heaven and the earth. Allah's knowledge, He knower of unseen. There's nothing happening in the heaven and the earth except Allah has knowledge of that. Allah in the hadith of Prophet Abdullah bin Amr bin As radiallahu anhu قال قال صلى الله عليه وسلم إن الله كتب المقادير خلائق قبل أن يخلق السماوات والأرض ب50,000 سنة. That Allah Azza wa Jal wrote the decree of the creation 50,000 years before He created the heaven and the earth. 50,000 years before. So Allah had prior knowledge to that. So first pillar of Qadr is that we believe Allah Azza wa Jal has knowledge of everything. So everything that takes place in the heaven and the earth, Allah has knowledge of it. And to deny that is a major kufr. طيب. Secondly, we believe the Kitaba. So everything that is written, everything that is happening in the heaven and the earth is written by Allah Azza wa Jal. Or by the pen by the order of Allah. Hadith, Prophet said that Allah said to the pen, "Uktub." قال ما أكتب قال أكتب الكاهن يوم القيامة. That write everything that will take place until Yawm al-Qiyamah. That will be until Yawm al-Qiyamah. So Allah gave the knowledge to the pen and the pen wrote it. Okay? So the Kitaba. Okay? Then the third pillar is Mashi'a. Okay? Mashi'a, which is the will. طيب. So knowledge of Allah, everything, Allah has knowledge of everything, is written down, Lahul Mahfuz, and one is Mashi'a, will. Allah willed it. Okay? He willed that to take place. Okay? And the fourthly, because if Allah doesn't will, even if it's written down, if He doesn't will, it's not going to happen. And when it took place, when actually they take place, khalq, Allah created the act. Okay? So for example, this gathering, mashallah, is based on these 4 pillars. So Allah had prior knowledge to this. How many of us are going to be sitting here? What time? 50,000 years before the creation, He knew that. Even He knew 50,000, 1 million years before. It's just a number. It's just a number. It doesn't mean Allah didn't know 20,000 years before the creation, 100,000 years before the creation. Yeah, He knew it. It's just a number to show that Allah's knowledge. طيب, He had knowledge prior to all this happened. He had the knowledge. Secondly, this is written down in the Lawhul Mahfuz that this is going to take place. Okay, this Kitaba is written. Mashi'a, Allah willed it for it to take place, for us to come down. Okay. Fourthly, when we came down, actually sat down, and I'm giving the talk and you're sitting and listening, that's khalq. Allah created that. طيب. Now, Qadr, ulama, even the Qadr are 2 types, general Qadr and the specific Qadr. Okay. General Qadr, that everything that takes place, no one can be free from it. If He afflicts, He will afflict everyone. طيب. So that's the Qadr of universal Qadr. What's happening in Palestine and other Muslim countries, that's Qadr, general Qadr, is written by Allah Azza wa Jal. Specific is all over specific decree when we're in the mother's belly. And that is when the Malaika comes, he writes your lifespan, okay, ajal, your provisions, you're sad or you're happy. These are written in the specific Qadr for everyone. Okay, our specific Qadr, and Qadr can be changed by the dua. Hadith says it can be changed by the dua. طيب. So when we come to Qadr, this is important belief, we have to believe, and now we're going to mention it now, we're going to prove it to you inshallah. When it comes to Qadr, Ahl Sunnati wal Jama'ah, the scholars mention that under this name Qadr, this pillar, 2 groups have been passed the boundary, the limit. One is Qadariyah and one Jabariyah. And in the middle, Ahl Sunnah wal Jama'ah. Now, Qadariyah, who are the Qadariyah? Qadariyah, they call Qadariyah because they deny the Qadr of Allah Azza wa Jal. And you have 2 types of Qadr. Qadariyah Ghulat, okay, and Qadariyah Ghayr Ghulat. Qadariyah Ghulat are the extremes one, okay, they are not Muslims. And they believe, subhanAllah, when it comes to the 4 pillars of Qadr, they don't believe in the first and the second pillar. They say, we don't believe Allah has knowledge before it happens. Okay? And we don't believe it's written. If you deny the knowledge of Allah, then deny the Kitab as well, because the Qadr which is written is by the knowledge of Allah. So they deny the first 2 pillars of Qadr, the Qadariyah Ghulat, the extreme ones. And they're kuffar, they're not Muslims. And scholars have mentioned that. And that belief has been spreaded by some of the people of Qadariyah from Basra. And their name is some of the name is Susan bin Yunus, Ma'bad al-Jahni, Ghilan al-Dimashq. These are the people who propagated that belief of Qadariyah. And one Prophet said, Hazrat Ibn Umar, that Al-Qadariyah, Majus, لا تعودهم إذا مرض لا تعودهم إذا مات لا تشهدون. That لا تشهدوا. Prophet said that Qadariyah are Majus of this ummah. If they become ill, do not visit them, and if they die, do not go to their grave. Do not go for the funeral. طيب, warning, proper warning, because they're kuffar. Qadariyah are Majus. Who are the Majus? Majus are the people who believe that there are two types of God. The dark God and the light God, basically. One who send down khair, good, and one who send down the bad, dhulm, yadu billah. So they are Qadariyah, they don't believe in Allah. They're not Muslims, they hold that belief. And when this group of people went to Ibn Umar in Medina, and they told them that the people that have appeared in a society, they don't believe in Qadr, they don't believe in knowledge of Allah Azza wa Jal. Okay? So Ibn Umar said that he actually made takfir on them. He said that, tell these people when you meet them that I am free from them, they are free from me, and that their action will not be accepted by Allah Azza wa Jal until they believe the Qadr. And he quoted the hadith of Umar bin Khattab. طيب, so here we see he made takfir. What is a takfir? Allah will not accept your action. Means you're kuffar. If you're Muslim, why wouldn't Allah accept your actions? Even if you're a fasiq. So, طيب, so these are Qadariyah Ghulat, and the Ghayr Ghulat, those who are not extreme, they are Muslims, but they're innovators. They say that they believe in the first pillar of Qadr, that Allah has knowledge, prior knowledge to everything, it's written and everything. The only thing they say is that our a'mal is not based on Qadr. Okay, our action is not based on Qadr. You do whatever you wish, it's not written. But this also, it's not major kufr, but you do whatever you want. You're doing it. It's not based on Qadr of Allah. Allah has knowledge of it, but you're just doing it. Your action. It's not based on Qadr. Yadu billah. But Allah, it is, because Allah said in the Quran, وَاللَّهُ خَلَقَكُمْ وَمَا تَعْمَلُونَ. Allah created you and everything that you do. So every action that we do is created by Allah Azza wa Jal. طيب, so these are the Qadariyah Ghayr Ghulat. They are Muslims, but they are upon bid'ah. That's one extreme. They say you have no Qadr. Okay, they deny the Qadr. Then we have another extreme, Jabariyah. We need to understand that. Now, Jabariyah is another extreme. They say we believe in Qadr. So you're majboor. You're forced to do things. So if you disobey Allah, you're forced to disobey Allah. If you, whatever, if you're forced to worship or not to worship Allah, you're forced. You're forced to do actions, basically. طيب, that's like you're majboor. You're majboor. We say, no, you're not majboor. You have a choice. The ayah that I have quoted to you, إِنَّا هَدَيْنَهُمُ السَّبِيلَ إِمَّا شَاكِرَ وَإِمَّا كَفُورًا. We have guided you. Okay? If you accept, you can reject it. We have given a choice. And one of the ayah in Surah At-Takwir, the ulama use, is a refutation against Qadariyah and Jabariyah. Allah said in the Quran, لِمَنْ شَاءَ مِنْكُمْ أَنْ يَسْتَقِيمُ وَمَا تَشَاءُونَ إِلَّا أَنْ يَشَاءَ اللَّهُ. Okay? Okay, for those who wants to be steadfast, let him be steadfast, and nothing happen except by what Allah has decreed. طيب? So whoever wants to, لِمَنْ شَاءَ مِنْكُمْ أَنْ يَسْتَقِيمُ. Whoever wants to become steadfast, then be steadfast. So he's giving you choice. لِمَنْ شَاءَ. So that's refutation in Jabariyah. وَمَا تَشَاءُونَ إِلَّا أَن يَشَاءَ اللَّهُ. And you do not wish whatever you want to do, but what Allah desires, He chose, He wishes. So that is a refutation against Qadariyah, because they say you have no, they deny the Qadr of Allah. But here, Allah affirms it. You have a choice. Is that Allah? Yeah. So this ayah is a good ayah to refute the Qadariyah and the Jabariyah. طيب يا إخوة. Okay, we're going to finish now. We started, alhamdulillah. So we covered Qadr and khayru wa sharruhu. We explained what it means. Qadariyah, kawniyah, shar'iyah. Alhamdulillah, we explained. Let's leave it now, inshallah. Jazakumullah khair. Any question, إخوة? We'll answer it. We are,
Isn't believing that your actions aren't according to qadr, isn't that mean you kufr? As in, you said, for the guys wala.
They say that they don't believe. They say that it is nothing to do with qadr. You chose to do your action. That's what they say. You chose to do your actions. You do it. It's not based because of qadr. Not because Allah willed. You just do it. Yeah. But the ulama say it is not. It's bid'ah. It is those who are not extreme qadariyat. Their belief is that it is not major, no. But it is it's major sin, yeah. It is to believe that, yeah. Yeah, this is what they believe. They said you do action, not based on qadr. You just do it. Yeah.
So, if a person sins, it's his personal choice to do a sin, but it's still the qadr of Allah, basically.
They say if you commit sin, then if committed a sin, it's not qadr. They say if you're blaming Allah, Allah decreed that for you. So it's not qadr. You decide to do the sin, you did it yourself.
So that's not written qadr then?
They say it is written, but they say if you say that you'll be blaming Allah, Allah decreed for you. No, it's not decreed.
What do we believe then? So
We will explain our one.
Yeah.
So this is the Qadariyah, that's what they believe. So yeah, Ahl Sunnah in the middle, we say Ahl Sunnah is that we believe in the Qadr of Allah Azza wa Jal. Everything that we do, everything that we say, good or bad, it is decreed by Allah Azza wa Jal. It's decreed in the Lahul Mahfuz, general decree is written there. And but we do it according to our own choice. We have a choice in the matter. But we say that it happened by the will of Allah. It's Qadr of Allah. So when Iblis disobeyed Allah, okay, it's Qadr of Allah. But who made him do it? He who chose to do the act. For example, if someone stop praying now, okay, we say you've made the choice not to pray, but it is decree of Allah. Allah never forced you, but you made the choice. Yeah, that's what Ahl Sunnah says.
Just to add on to the brother said,
Yeah.
correct me if I'm wrong, Sheikh. For calamities, we use qadr, but for sin, we don't use qadr. We don't say, Allah ruled it for me.
No. Yeah, I understand. For the calamity, qadr of Allah, but sins,
you can't say.
we don't.
For sins, you blame yourself. That's what I'm trying
You
to
blame
say.
yourself. You blame yourself. But it is. You have to say because it's qadr that you because of the qadr you did this, isn't it?
Exactly.
Yeah, but you don't blame. You blame yourself. That's the word, because you can't say that sin took place. If someone goes and robs a shop, okay, you have to say it's qadr, isn't it? If you say it's not qadr, then how did this happen? So it's qadr of Allah. It's qadr, but you blame yourself. Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah, we have to use the right word.
Because on one side you say it's qadr, but on the other side, for example, the one who got robbed, he's going to say it's qadr, but then the one who's sinning, is it not qadr for him too?
Yeah,
It's still
exactly.
qadr.
It's qadr. You can't deny the qadr.
So isn't it you're choosing?
What makes it difference?
Allah had the knowledge that you were
You're
going
going to do this. So basically, if you commit a sin, you can't say it's not qadr. It is
Allah
qadr.
knew you were going to do that.
Allah knows it's going to happen, and it's written. Okay, so the Sahaba says that, Ya Rasulullah, is everything written by the qadr in qadr, good or bad, and where are we going to go? So what's the point? We leave the qadr, we depend on the qadr. He said, no, do good deed, that's what is written for you. So if you do bad, that's written for you. If you do good, that's what is written for you. But we have to believe, even the sins is qadr, we know, because sin cannot take place without qadr. Because when we say qadr, means Allah had knowledge of that, prior knowledge to this, and it's written. Yes, but the important thing is that he chose to do the act. That's what it is.
And a good hadith
Yeah.
on that topic is when the Prophet said, when the companions asked, what should we do? Everything's written, then what's the point?
Point.
He said, "i'malu fakullun muyassarun lima khuliqa lahu."
Yeah, khuliqallah, yeah. Do whatever, yeah, do action, good action, what Allah made easy for you. Just do that. Khalas, that should be sufficient. And that's the answer Prophet gave to the companions. Yeah, that's why qadr is a sirrullah, la takshifuha. That is the knowledge of Allah, do not expose it. Meaning, if you talk too much about qadr, you can get confused.
You should just accept it.
You accept it. Because the Sahaba is asking Prophet, Ya Rasulullah, if the qadr is written, everything is written, then what's the point of me doing good deed? Even they were confused. But Prophet had to explain to them. or but us. So but we need to learn. But we need to understand, we're not Qadariyah, no Jabariyah, we are Ahl Sunnah, we believe Qadr of Allah, everything happened by the Qadr, but we make the choice doing good or bad. Yeah. So that's what it is, yeah.
The Jabariyah kuffar.
No, so I never heard any ulama say they're kuffar. Allah Alam. Now they're from the innovators.
Ustad, did you not say they go against the ayah of Allah?
Yeah. لمن شاء منكم أن يستقيم, yeah. Because there's your force. But Allah said, whoever wish to be a steadfast, let him be steadfast. That means you have a choice. لمن شاء, whoever wish. So they will, yeah. خلاص. جزاكم الله خير. السلام عليكم.